They're in the process of pre-breathing pure oxygen to cleanse nitrogen out of their bloodstreams, preventing any condition known as the bends or decompression sickness from occurring when they step out into the vacuum of space. Today's spacewalk, that is dubbed Russian EVA or spacewalk number 63, has a number of tasks involved in a spacewalk expected to last about 6 hours and 45 minutes in duration. The two cosmonauts will be installing a device called a monoblock. That's basically a container that has a new payload that is named the All-Sky Monitor to detect, record, and downlink X-ray celestial sources and information. The two cosmonauts will also be removing a number of exposure units that have been attached to the Poisk module on its exterior to collect data on the effects of microgravity on materials and biological samples. They will be relocating a control panel for the European robotic arm that is attached to the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module. That European robotic arm will be used significantly today under the operation of cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov, who will be inside at a workstation in the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module to move around Alexei Ovchinin near the end of today's spacewalk, positioning him so he can jettison a number of items that will be discarded, no longer used at the end of the spacewalk. We'll talk more about that as the spacewalk evolves. This will be the 272nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades for the International Space Station. The third spacewalk conducted out of the International Space Station this calendar year, and the first for Expedition 72. For Alexei Ovchinin, who is designated as EV1 or extravehicular crew member number 1, he will be designated by wearing the Orlan suit bearing the red stripes. This is the second spacewalk in his career. His first spacewalk earning him 6 hours and 1 minute of spacewalking time. This will be the first spacewalk for Ivan Wagner. He is EV2. He'll be wearing the Orlan suit bearing the blue stripes. Wagner today will become the 269th human to walk in space. Unlike a U.S. spacewalk, whose elapsed time is measured from suit battery power on to repressurization of the Quest airlock, this spacewalk, as all Russian spacewalks are, is measured in elapsed time from hatch open to hatch close. So as we approach the time frame for hatch open, we'll get an official start time from Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov. You're looking at a live view from a balcony camera overlooking their International Space Station Flight Control Room. They are in charge, of course, of today's spacewalk, and you'll be hearing through an interpreter throughout the course of today's excursion all of the activities and conversations between the Russian flight director team as well as Ovchinin and Wagner. While the spacewalk is being conducted, the other crew members on board the International Space Station, NASA astronaut and station commander Sonny Williams, Nick Hague, Don Pettit, and Butch Wilmore, they are conducting other maintenance activities and scientific work inside the International Space Station. Their conversations being monitored with spacecraft communicator and astronaut Caleb Barron here in the Space Station Flight Control Room here in Houston.
If it goes to 0.20, you may go into repress to 0.26, and we can do it now. Yes, let's switch BSS to repress, and you repress to 0.06. Copy. We have repress 0.06. Okay, switching it back. It's 0.07. Okay, and you may do it again before the end of the pre-breathe.
As you hear, the two cosmonauts inside the Poisk airlock are in the process of completing their pre-breathe of pure oxygen. managing the pressure inside the Poisk module in advance of depressurizing the module airlock itself down to vacuum. That will set the stage for them to open up the hatch after placing their suits on internal battery power, with the hatch opening marking the official start of today's spacewalk. The International Space Station and its crew members are currently flying 260 miles over the southeastern Indian Ocean, just off the coast, the southern coast of Australia, flying in a trajectory from southwest to northeast in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. The two cosmonauts of Chinen and Wagner will be working mostly in the vicinity of the Poisk module once they exit the hatch to the airlock of Poisk, as well as two sides, if you will, or planes of the Zvezda service module, where a number of these experiments are located. They also, again, will be waiting for Gorbanov inside to maneuver the European robotic arm. This is the 37-foot-long robotic arm that was launched with the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory module in July of 2021. This arm, which is operational, will be used significantly toward the end of the spacewalk today in maneuvering Ovchinin around. This is the first time that a cosmonaut will have had his feet planted on a foot restraint at the end of the robotic arm for operations, most notably to position Ovchinin for the eventual jettisoning of 7 items that will be bundled up in a single bundle. That jettison will occur aft of the station, with its trajectory not having been evaluated to prevent any possibility of a recontact with the International Space Station.
Why do I have the tone? What kind of tone?
The space station about to cross the southern coast of Australia. We have moved into an orbital sunset. This track will carry the space station and its crew members across the Pacific Ocean and back into daylight a short time from now.
Вань, там по сигнализации может
for the tone, you may have tone indicator occasionally, but if no message is shown, then everything is okay. It's just, it happens sometimes. It catches something and then just immediately stops. It's just when I actively moving, it starts picking something up. Shall we do the cooling? Shall we cool down? So, prior to going to battery power, we'll switch it to 6, and we should be doing it now because we'll be depressing the airlock and then leak checking the...
While the cosmonauts are completing their pre-breathe activities prior to putting their suits on battery power following the depressurization of the Poisk airlock a short time from now. You're looking inside the Columbus module of the International Space Station. Two NASA astronauts, Don Pettit on your left, Butch Wilmore on your right. They're busy with experiment activity, setting up cameras for one of the experiments in the Columbus module of the International Space Station. So even though the spacewalk is the dominant feature of today's work on board Expedition 72, experiment and maintenance activity is continuing. And again, this view from a balcony camera in the Russian Mission Control Center in the town of Korolyov on the outskirts of Moscow, as Russian flight controllers in charge of today's spacewalk prepare for the depressurization of the Poisk airlock and the beginning of today's spacewalk by Ovchinin and Wagner that will be measured at the point of the Poisk's airlock hatch opening.
Minut do конца десатурации. 6.630, 6 minutes 30 seconds till the end of pre-brief.
Once the pre-breathe procedure, this is a common procedure in which the two spacewalkers are breathing pure oxygen to cleanse their bodies of any nitrogen in their bloodstreams. Once that's complete, the Russian flight controllers will give the go to begin the depressurization of the Poisk airlock. This is done in a two-step fashion so that final leak checks and communications checks with the two spacewalkers can be accomplished prior to the time that they would transition their Orlan suits to autonomous power, battery power if you will. That is the precursor to the opening of the hatch and the start of today's spacewalk. It is expected to last approximately 6 hours and 45 minutes or so. We'll see how the work progresses and keep you up to date on the phased elapsed time, the elapsed time of today's spacewalk. That will begin once we receive the official confirmation from the Russian flight controllers on what they are measuring the elapsed time from at the start of hatch opening. Again, a variety of tasks on tap for Ovchinin and Wagner. The installation of a X-ray experiment that will be installed on the outside of the service module. The remover of connector patch panels from two workstations on two sides of the service module itself, and the installation of new patch panels with the old ones earmarked for being discarded or jettisoned in a bundle at the end of today's spacewalk. The two cosmonauts will also remove a series of material science and biological samples panels that have been affixed to the outside of the Poisk module, gathering data, and will relocate a control panel on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module from one location to what is called the launch base point, to which one end effector of the 37-foot-long European robotic arm is attached.
минуты до конца десатурации.
Хорошо, давай тогда
All right.
пробежимся по шагу 9.1.
Let
контроль
us
исходного
work
положения,
on step
полного направления.
9.1 for pre-brief.
Поехали.
Let's start.
Пневмокран отключен.
O2 flow selector is off, OFF.
Регулятор основной. Баллон основной.
Primary regulator, primary
Так, основной
O2
регулятор,
tank,
основной насос.
primary fan, primary pump,
Так, основной передач.
and primary transmitter.
БСС, десатурация, сброс отсека.
On Orlan interface unit, pre-breathe and airlock depress.
Открыт бленкер О2 open.
O2 vent open.
Да, все совпадает.
Yes, everything correct.
Хорошо, тогда, Леш, по моей команде по
Now,
окончании
Леша,
десатурации начнем с пункта 9.2.
when you are done with pre-breathe,
Счетчик
we'll
обнулится,
go
сразу
to
говорим.
9.2. And you may reset the counter.
2 минуты до конца.
Will do, and actually I have 3 minutes to go. Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, the International Space Station flying off the northeast coast of Australia, moving from southwest to northeast across the southwestern Pacific Ocean at this hour. The crew members on board the station working on a variety of tasks. As far as the two spacewalkers are concerned, they're in the final stages of their pre-breathe activities in the Poisk airlock, suited up in their Orlan suits. Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner ready to begin the depressurization of the Poisk airlock and the start of today's spacewalk, dubbed Russian Spacewalk 63. And as mentioned before, inside the space station on the left, Don Pettit, on the right, Butch Wilmore, working on experiment activity and the setup of cameras and other equipment in the Columbus module as research continues on board the complex, even as the two Russian Roscosmos cosmonauts prepare for today's 6-hour, 45-minute excursion.
The timer for pre-breathe is reset. Copy.
Так, готовы включить инжектор.
Ready to activate the injector.
Пневмокран, положение инжектор.
O2 flow selected to injector position, please. And you will see the counter, the timer starting for 5 minutes in the top right corner. And injector LED is illuminated. And now pressure relief valve of SOPHO needs to be opened and monitor the pressure in the suits.
Давление в отсеке 530.
530 is now pressure in the compartment. Pressure in the suit is 02.
500 в отсеке.
500 in the compartment and 0.25 in my suit.
470 в отсеке. 0,3.
470 and 03. Copy.
440
440
0,35.
and 0.35. Copy. 0.39, 400 in the compartment, and 0.38 in the Orlan suit. Copy.
Так, при давлении 300,
At pressure over 350.
Можно работать, открывать КСД-2.
Yes, at that time you may open
Утверждаю.
the KSD2, the pressure relief valve number 2. Check O2 flow selector, check in, and the suit pressure 0.38.
И контролируем, что должно прийти сообщение около 100 миллиметров, что при
Now
давлении
stand by
20
for message of
открытого КД, как
pressure in
минимум
MRM2
$20.
of 100 millimeters, and then report to the ground.
Так, давление в отсеке 270.
Right now the pressure is 270 and 0.38 in the suit. Copy.
В отсеке 230,
230.
в скафандре 0.38.
This is Mission Control. The pre-breathe of pure oxygen is now complete for the two cosmonauts in the Poisk airlock. Depressurization of the Poisk airlock is beginning. This will take a few minutes to accomplish. The crew running just a few minutes behind their pre-spacewalk timeline.
1 minute.
And we'll keep you updated as the depressurization down to vacuum continues. That will set the stage for the two cosmonauts, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, to place their suits on battery power and then to open the hatch to the Poisk airlock to mark the start of today's spacewalk.
Pressure is 180
Скафандр
in MRM2, and pressure in the suit is
Принято, хорошо.
0.38, and the same for EV2. Copy.
в отсеке 150,
150 in MRM2 and 0.38
0.38.
in the suit. Copy 0.38.
В отсеке 120,
120 in MRM2 and 0.38 in Orlan suit.
Хорошо.
Copy. Very good. And 8 seconds to injector deactivation. Copy.
Включение, ребят, важно отключить и покачать, убедиться, что в фиксированном положении отключенном и индикация инжектор на остеклении не горит.
And after you,
Так,
after the injector is turned off,
первый
Принято.
then please check if on your collimator,
И идем дальше.
on the visor, there is any indication of injector.
Сообщений на экранах скафандров.
Check if there is a message for injector on your suit display.
0.37.
I now have 0.37 in the suit.
Once today's spacewalk begins, it will mark the second spacewalk for Alexei Ovchinin and the first for Ivan Wagner. Ovchinin conducted the first spacewalk of his career back in May of 2019 with Oleg Kononenko, a 6-hour, 1-minute spacewalk in which the two cosmonauts installed handrails on the Russian segment near the Poisk module and removed and replaced a number of experiments on the exterior of the Russian segment.
Alexei, what is the pressure per vacuum gauge now? 70, copy. Good. Now the pressure is 60 per vacuum gauge and pressure in the suit is 0.37. Copy. Now the pressure in the suit is 0.36. Copy. Now the pressure is 50 in MRM2 and pressure in the suit is 0.36. Copy. Pressure in MRM2 is 40. Pressure in the suit is
Леш, у тебя пока
inaudible.
нету сообщения, да? В подстрочке там ничего не написано в нижнем левом углу.
Alexei, in the bottom left corner of your display, do you have any message now? No.
Да, здесь у тебя чуть попозже срабатывает, ближе
Your
к 20.
indication is slower.
Сейчас работало
Okay,
при давлении, что 20,
I see it now.
открыто ВКД.
Now there is pressure of 20 in MRM2 and O2 open EVA indication. I have it now. Okay, and Ivan, what do you have now? 0.39.
Миллиметров по моновакуметру.
So 20 millimeters per vacuum gauge, so you should have O2 open EVA
Принято.
on online interface unit display. Yes, copy.
Давление 25.
Pressure is 25. In the compartment and in the suit, the pressure is 0.35.5.
Хорошо.
Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. If you're just joining us, two Roscosmos cosmonauts, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, are suited up in their Russian Orlan spacesuits in the airlock of the Poisk module on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station, as they have completed the pre-breathe of pure oxygen to cleanse nitrogen out of their bloodstreams, and are in the process of depressurizing the atmosphere in the Poisk airlock down to vacuum in advance of the opening of the hatch to Poisk to begin a planned 6-hour, 45-minute spacewalk in which they will install an X-ray experiment package on the outside of the Russian segment, remove and replace a series of connector patch panels for electrical connections on the Zvezda service module, remove several material science and biological sample experiments from the outside of the service module and the exterior of the Poisk module, and relocate a control panel from one area to another at the base of the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module that governs the operation of the European robotic arm, the 37-foot-long arm that is attached to Naoka, and which will be operated today by cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov from a workstation inside the Russian segment. This will be the 272nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly maintenance and upgrades, the third spacewalk conducted out of the International Space Station this year, the first for Expedition 72, the second for Ovchinin, who is going to be wearing the Orlan suit bearing the red stripes as extravehicular crew member number 1. This will be the first spacewalk for Ivan Wagner, who will be wearing the Orlan suit with the blue stripes.
Давление 12.
Pressure is 12, 1, 2. Opening caster 2. Pressure release valve. And closing caster SO. Copy.
При закрытии КСДСО текущее давление в шлюзе. Скажи, пожалуйста, по манолактометру.
Okay, now that KSDSO is closed, please tell me the pressure per vacuum gauge. Stand by.
Текущее давление 8 миллиметров.
8 millimeters is the current pressure.
Закрыты, правильно?
And both KSD
Да.
pressure relief valves are closed. Yes, they are.
И вот сейчас 5 минут.
Stand by for
Окончательный герметизм
5
системы
minutes.
была выполнен.
And then we will do final leak check of MRM2. And you may get ready for that. That will be step 10. MRM2 final leak check. Copy.
Так, засекаем, да? Что? 5 минут засекаем.
Okay, starting the timer for 5
5
minutes.
минут засекли, хорошо.
Copy.
Everything quiet on the loops here in Mission Control in Houston, as well as the Russian Flight Control Team's loops in this balcony view of the Russian Mission Control Room in their control center outside of Moscow as the depressurization of the Poisk airlock continues. We're expecting that to be completed in the next few minutes with a final communications and suit leak check to be conducted before the two cosmonauts, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, place their suits on battery power prior to opening the hatch to Poisk to begin their spacewalk for today.
Inaudible.
The space station is flying without any issues, 260 statute miles above the Earth, flying at the moment over the northern Pacific Ocean in a southwest to northeasterly trajectory that will carry the complex and its crew members over the Pacific coast north of Vancouver and Calgary, across southern Canada, and then back out over the northeastern United States between New York City and Boston.
Леш, скажи, пожалуйста, текущее давление
Леша,
Мими-2 по
what's the current pressure in MRM2, please?
Текущее давление 9 миллиметров.
9 millimeters is the current pressure. Copy.
Пять минут контроля прошло, Леш.
5-minute timer has elapsed. Report the pressure, please.
Девять.
9 millimeters.
Мы в допуске меньше 2
Copy.
миллиметров.
It's
Можно
within
приходить и начинать
the
работу.
tolerance.
По прогнозу 7, шаг 11, переход на автономное питание. Можно работать.
You may proceed to
Тепло, холод. Шестерку.
go into autonomous power and temperature control handle to 6.
Шестерку.
Copy. Temperature control handle is in position 6.
Основной насос, вентилятор.
Now primary pump, primary fan, primary transmitter, yes,
Ну да.
and the back.
This is Mission Control Houston, a view of the Naoka multi-purpose laboratory module from external cameras on the International Space Station. We are moving back into a daylight pass over the Earth. Right in the middle of your screen, you can see part of the European robotic arm that is at the base of the Naoka module. This is a 7-joint arm that extends, for when it's fully extended, to 37 feet in length. At the very top of your screen on the right side, that bulbous module is the Prishal multi-node module, a docking port for Russian visiting vehicles. The European robotic arm will be operated today by Alexander Gorbanov from a workstation inside the Russian segment. Later in today's spacewalk, to move Alexei Ovchinin around into position for the jettisoning of a bundle of items to be discarded that will occur near the end of today's spacewalk, which is scheduled to begin shortly. Final leak checks of the cosmonauts' suits in the Poisk airlock is underway, with the depressurization of the airlock almost complete.
Okay, on the support panel, disconnect the heat exchanger, power. This is on top.
Once the hatch to the Poisk module is open,
Yes, heat
The cosmonauts will install a protective ring around the circumference of the hatch just to protect it against any micrometeoroid debris hits that might occur during the spacewalk. Wagner will be the first to exit the Poisk airlock. He will adapt himself to the spacewalk environment for a few minutes, this being the first spacewalk of his career. He will take some of the equipment and a bundle of tools, tethers, and hardware outside on a handoff from Ovchinin before Ovchinin himself moves outside of the airlock to begin positioning themselves at their first work site along the Zvezda service module to install the container that houses the all-sky monitoring experiment. That experiment is designed to detect, record, and downlink X-ray celestial sources with the monitoring of celestial X-ray emissions, the imaging of the Earth, the investigation of spectral characteristics of radiation, and to investigate the radiation background of X-ray sources against the backdrop of the Earth itself. This is the view of the Poisk module itself. We will be seeing the two cosmonauts emerging from the airlock a short time from now. They're running a few minutes behind schedule. The cosmonauts will be easily identified once outside, with Ovchinin wearing the Orlan suit bearing the red stripes, Wagner the Orlan suit with the blue stripes.
Okay, now umbilical. Yes, disconnect. And after you disconnect it from the suit, then you can. Inaudible. What did you say? Okay, umbilical is disconnected from the suit, and then Orlan interface unit to go to a closed position. Okay, let me reach here. It seems to be too far away. Maybe too difficult to be here.
It's fine, actually. And then once you hook it up, put it to O2 closed. I mean the BSS to O2 closed. Copy. Alexei, do I understand it correctly that both Orlan interface units, both umbilicals are disconnected and in direct config? Yes, that's correct. And the BSS Orlan interface unit handle is in O2 closed, all right? And what are you seeing on the Orlan pressure gauge now for EV1 0.36, EV2 0.36.5? And what are you seeing on your display again? EV1 417, EV2 408. All right. That's great. I'm going to hand it over to Artyom, and I'm going to talk to you during repress. Yes, thank you.
And as you can hear, the depressurization of the Poisk airlock is complete. The two cosmonauts about to transition their suits to battery power and then open the hatch to the airlock to begin today's spacewalk.
How are you feeling today? Are you ready to work? What did you say? How are you doing today? In the mood to get some work done? Yes, we are. That's great. And we are approved to start hatch opening. So you're gonna go ahead and get started. Please confirm that all the hardware and tools are secured. Yes, everything is secured, all the tools and equipment are secured. And make sure that you are tethered, that both of your suits are tethered. Yes, for EV1 and yes for EV2. Copy. In that case, you can start opening the hatch. Please get the hatch tool and put it in operating position. And the emergency opening screws should be fully released, fully unscrewed. Spread it out. Yes.
This is Mission Control Houston. Depressurization of the Poisk airlock complete. The two cosmonauts have now placed their suits on battery power, and we're standing by for the opening of the hatch to Poisk to begin today's spacewalk.
There's this bundle here, so be careful with it. Pull it towards yourself. All the screws are out, and both latches are opposite each other. Copy, and you'll go for hatch to off. Stand by. All right, let's do it. Okay. Hatch 2 is in position. Copy. Is it in operating? Yes. And I'm going to start opening it. Yes, you'll go for rotation. All right, so the rollers are coming out. Copy. Unintelligible. It actuated. Should I keep the hatch tool like this? Yes. And please hold the pusher handle until the full pressure drop. And when you see the hatch just slightly open, please report. All right, so the pusher handle. Yes, I can see the opening. Artyom, how copy? All right, so hatch is open. EVA time starts now. Open the hatch. Please release the hook from the handrail and hand it over to Alexei. This is panel 201. All right.
Взял.
Are you holding it? Holding it.
Он распустим вот так.
Okay, let's release it like this. Stand by.
Так, закрепиться, все делаем. Делаем.
Let me untangle it and straighten it out.
Без разницы.
It doesn't matter, Ivan.
Оставляй.
Just keep it like this.
Открываем.
Open it.
Это открывай.
Yes, you go to open it.
Так, он пока не хочет. Погоди, внизу.
This is Mission Control Houston. The hatch is now open to the airlock on the Poisk module.
Is it on the way? No,
Spacewalk 63, the Russian Spacewalk 63, officially underway.
that's done.
The official start time of today's spacewalk, 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner will be emerging from the airlock a short time from now. Wagner will be the first to move out of the airlock as the two cosmonauts work to install a protective ring around the circumference of that airlock hatch. Again, the official start time for today's spacewalk, 9:36 a.m. Central, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. The view you're looking at is the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station. This is not Poisk. At the very top of your screen is the Prishal multi-node module, a docking port for arriving Russian vehicles. And at the bottom is the Naoka multi-purpose laboratory module that was launched in July of 2021. And at the very bottom of your screen, you can see one of the end effector areas of the European robotic arm that will be used under the operation of Alexander Gorbanov from a workstation inside Naoka later in today's spacewalk to maneuver Alexei Ovchinin, who will be the first crew member, first cosmonaut to actually plant his feet in a foot restraint at the end of the European robotic arm to be maneuvered around the vicinity of the work sites of the International Space Station's Russian segment.
Wait. Right there it is. Let's try this direction. Beautiful. Beautiful it is. Breathtaking. Okay, the hook is attached. Ivan, go ahead and retrieve the protective ring. This is Alexei. EV hatch is open and secured, and the tether slack is also gone. It's retracted. All right, and you go for protective ring ops.
Установки кольца. Смотрите, что надо совместить белые риски.
For reinstall, make sure that the white markings are aligned with the black markings on the hatch cover, and make sure that the lanyard, the safety lanyard, is not in the way. All right, the ring. Can you see it? Stand by. Let me move down. All right, I guess I'm going to have to turn it. All right, I see the marks. Counterclockwise. Can you move it more, even more? Back now? Okay, I can see it now. Yes, just like that. Yes. something like that. And mine is installed, same for mine. All right, so the protective ring is installed.
Так, Иван, ну тогда...
Иван, let's start the spacewalk. And make sure that the fixed length tether hook is outside, it's secured. You mean the short one and then long tether? Yes, that's correct. Okay, stand by. Wait, I think I got tangled up here on one of the bundles. Stand by. Move back. All right, so the tether is routed through the light here. Okay, tether through the light, and please look to the right light assembly. Wait, do not move. Wait. Oh, I see it. Is it the bundle? Yes, that's correct. I can't even see it. All right, that's it. Are we going for sublimator activation, or we should do it outside?
This is Mission Control Houston, just about 7.5 minutes into today's spacewalk that officially began with the opening of the hatch to the Poisk module at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. This is a view of the Poisk module. You'll be seeing Ivan Wagner and Alexei Ovchinin in the field of view a short time from now. The protective ring around the circumference of the open hatch has been installed, and the two crew members are in the process of activating cooling systems while Wagner begins to adapt himself to a spacewalk environment in the early minutes of the first spacewalk of his career.
There's nothing here that's holding you. EV2 has Egress. Copy.
And confirmation that Wagner is now outside of the Poisk module. He'll be receiving the X-ray experiment package and what is called an EVA bundle, basically a container of experiments, and that also houses a new connector, a pair of connector patch panels that will be installed on two areas of the Zvezda service module during today's spacewalk. That will precede Ovchinin joining Wagner outside of the Poisk airlock a few moments from now.
Let me release it. Let me remove it. Oh, okay, that's released now. Am I go for sublimator activation? Yes, you're a go for sublimator activation. Put it in position 3 or so.
And just to the left of the Strela boom, the telescoping boom that is used to move personnel and hardware around the Russian segment of the station, you can see the movement of Ivan Wagner, extravehicular crew member number 2 wearing the Orlan suit bearing the blue stripes. He is outside of the airlock receiving equipment from Ovchinin and setting up tools and tethers before Ovchinin joins him outside in the vacuum of space.
Alexei, can you help me? With what? With the sublimator. Okay.
Все включен.
Yes, it is on now.
Включен? Да.
Is it on?
На тройке, да?
Is it in position 3? Yes, 3 for you. This is EV1. Can I turn the sublimator on because it starts fogging up here? Yes, Alexei, you're good to turn the sublimator on as well. Copy.
Если надо, там друг другу помогать.
Also, help each other if required. Yes.
Включил сублиматор.
My sublimator is on. This is EV1. Copy. Okay, so position yourselves.
Good close-up view of Ivan Wagner, Expedition 72 flight engineer and one of 2 Roscosmos cosmonauts conducting today's spacewalk along with Alexei Ovchinin.
Yes, you need to adapt yourselves to the environment, and also Ivan and Alexei, let's make sure that the cooling is on. I haven't felt anything for now. We'll actually set it to something lower than 3.
This is the 99th day in space for Ovchinin and Wagner, along with NASA astronaut Don Pettit, who launched on a Soyuz vehicle from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Back in September, their mission to continue through their landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan next April.
Snowflakes here, just looking at the back. It's not snowflakes, it's pieces of dust or something. Well, if you see something, I guess the cooling is on. Yes, I'm still in the cooling now. And there shouldn't be any ice or snowflakes coming out from the sublimators. Very clean. No, it's not snow. It's just dust. There's so much dust that came out from MRM2. Well, I guess we got the module cleaning done at the same time. Okay, so I'm ready to receive the EV bundles. All right, Ivan, you're saying that you're adapted now and you're ready to start operation. Yes. So let's go ahead and get started with instructions. And EV1 and EV2 feel the cooling. All right, so I'm going to give you some time to cool off because you're pretty warmed up. And then you can set it to 3, let's say. Copy.
Так, начинаем с укладки крылок Б, как договаривались. Выводим ее в сторонку.
Let's start with the crewlock bag. We're going to take it out and put it to the side, and then we're going to start patch panel ops. Copy.
Так, Вань.
All right, Ivan.
Карабин крылок Б.
Crewlock bag. I'm holding it.
Подожди, не тяни.
Wait, do not pull.
Так, подожди.
Wait.
Так, один зафиксировал.
One of them is secured. All right, so are we going to keep it here? Let's try to secure it on the circular handrail.
Что?
What did you say? Move it in the direction of your feet. Copy. Well, Artyom, we're going to use this circular handrail that's around the EV hatch. That's where we're going to attach it. All right, that works. Make sure that it's not in the way, that's all.
Так, сейчас он на 6024
Okay, currently it is 60:24 and 60.
16 minutes into today's spacewalk by Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner.
Well,
Wagner is outside of the Poisk module receiving hardware from Ovchinin, who will join him outside momentarily. The spacewalk began at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. A spacewalk in which the two cosmonauts will install an X-ray experiment package on the outside of the Russian segment of the station, remove and replace a series of connector patch panels from two work sites on the Zvezda service module, and remove a number of materials science and biological sample experiments, as well as relocating a control panel for the European robotic arm on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module.
Over. Alexei, we are seeing you too.
Так,
All
теперь
right.
самое главное. МВН.
So the most important thing now, the MVN, all sky monitoring units, monoblock.
Так. Так, сейчас. Взял.
I'm holding it.
Сейчас, подожди,
Wait.
я её здесь.
Stand by.
Фау.
Let me get the tether here.
Зафиксировал?
Is it
Да.
secured now? Yes.
The International Space Station, currently flying 260 miles over the Atlantic Ocean, midway between the east coast of South America and the west coast of Africa, in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. Cosmonauts are getting their tools and tethers and equipment set up. The first task will be to move out of the Poisk module onto the Zvezda service module to begin the installation of what is called a monoblock, basically a package that contains the all-sky monitoring experiment. This is a new payload designed to detect, record, and downlink X-ray celestial sources.
I'm holding the second tether. Okay, I'm taking it out.
And you see that package, that is the monoblock containing that X-ray experiment package.
Is outside. Copy. Okay, let me move closer to the hatch edge.
Так, а ты можешь подойти второй карабин?
Can you
Тоже туда взять?
move here and take the second hook there as well? Then I'm going to have to lower this one first.
Я думаю, ты выйдешь
Well,
спокойно, потом
I think you're going to have to egress first, and then we're going to
Хорошо, давай.
rearrange the hooks.
Сначала фала.
That's why I wanted to figure out the tethers first.
Могло помешать именно выведению такие вот.
Well, yes, because it could be an obstacle to you taking this
Если сразу
unit
два
out.
карабина выводить, а когда укладку купили,
Those
то
tethers, those hooks got first. So it's just more difficult to take the bundle out in this config. You're dropping out, so I only have copied what you said. Copy.
Так, вывел, зафиксировал
It is outside. I mean, the hook of bundle 2 it is attached now. This is the bundle of connected touch panels. All right, Alexei, and you're going to proceed with the other hook. Okay, let me secure the second one. Copy. I got the message that the gas temperature is high. Copy. Should you drop it on the MVN unit right away then? Yes, let's go ahead and do that. All right, it is secured on the MVN monoblock.
Так, и сейчас еще контейнер поближе.
And let me move the container closer and position it here.
This is Mission Control Houston, just over 23 minutes into today's spacewalk. Outside of the Poisk airlock, Ivan Wagner and Alexei Ovchinin are getting all of their hardware set up before they move to the Zvezda service module for the first task on today's docket, which will be the installation of the X-ray experiment package known as a monoblock on one of the workstation areas on the Zvezda module. That Zvezda module, 24 and a half years in operation now, having launched in July of 2000 on a Proton rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Once that package is installed, they will begin work to replace a pair of connector patch panels on two sides of the Zvezda service module. This will involve the demating and remating of a number of connectors. That will be the most time-consuming activity in today's spacewalk that is planned to last about 6 hours and 45 minutes.
Second container was tethered near EV hatch inside, and I'm ready to egress. Copy. You are go to egress, and then we'll need to make a pause. Copy. Okay, we can see you are egressing, Alexei. I secured fixed length tether. Secured adjustable tether. Copy.
Включаем шлемные камеры, и надо будет постоять немножко.
Let's activate the helmet cameras, and we'll need to make a pause. Copy. Careful.
Both cosmonauts outside now. Alexei Ovchinin, extravehicular crew member number 1, right next to the Strela boom. He is wearing the Orlan suit bearing the red stripes. The two cosmonauts will soon be activating helmet cameras so that we can peer over their shoulders as they conduct their work throughout the course of today's spacewalk.
Зафиксировал один транспортировочный фал.
Secured one equipment tether from connector patch panel bundle. I attached it to my short tether. Copy. Can you hold it for now? Stand by.
Взял.
I took it.
Где там фиксирующий плат?
Okay, where's the connector patch panel? It's on the right. Yes, I see it. That's where it should be. Inaudible.
In the middle of your screen, in the Orlan suit with the blue stripes, is Ivan Wagner in the early stages of the first spacewalk of his career, as he and Ovchinin continue to collect all of the hardware that they will move to the workstations on the Zvezda service module a few minutes from now.
Do you see the video? Yes, I can see a green LED. So do we need to activate lights? No. In Eclipse.
If you're just joining us, this is the 272nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades, the third out of the International Space Station this year, the second for Ovchinin and the first for Wagner, who today became the 269th human to walk in space.
Inaudible. Okay, Ivan activated his lights and camera. Now please hold the bundle and I will activate mine.
Так, поможешь мне? Так, давай я подержу.
Okay, let me hold it.
Давай, держи.
Yes, go ahead.
Давай, держу.
I'm holding.
Так, светодиод есть?
I have LED.
Да. Есть. Первый фонарь.
First light.
Второй фонарь.
Second light. And the other one.
Принято.
Copy.
Да, вижу оба.
I can see both.
Да, оба. Так.
Both of them. Okay, thanks.
У тебя сейчас два фала
And you
левой
have
и с правой стороны
two
от
tethers
укладки. А сама укладка у тебя под рамсом.
on left and right from the bundle, and the bundle is under the backpack.
Так, еще раз.
Come again?
Все, уже вышло укладки.
Okay, it's now in a different position.
Оборот скрутил, смотри, фала, чтобы не перепутать.
Look at your tethers.
Скрутил его.
Don't get them bundled. Okay, I think I untangled it. Now it's fine.
Что, надо сориентироваться тогда?
Okay, now we need to orient ourselves. Can I start, Artem?
Да, Вань, ты проходи чуть дальше, да,
Yes.
Алексей стоит на месте, держит.
Ivan, you can come further, and Alexei stays in place and holds the bundle.
Можете положить о своих тепловых ощущениях?
How are you feeling temperature-wise? EV1 is fine. EV2 is fine.
Было прохладненько, но сейчас начнем работать.
So it was cool, but we'll start working and warm up.
Тебе надо в сторону ног твоих идти. Да, я...
You need to go towards your legs. Yes,
все время
I understand. I have a tendency to go up.
This is Mission Control Houston, 32 and a half minutes into today's spacewalk. Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner outside of the Poisk airlock, working deliberately to collect all of their hardware that they will transport over to the Zvezda service module a short time from now. The first task of today's spacewalk will be the installation of an X-ray experiment package on Zvezda before they begin to replace connector patch panels on two sides of the Zvezda module.
Unintelligible?
Да, а тут вариантов.
Yes.
Небольшой перерыв связи.
There was a brief LOS. We're back with you. Copy.
Так, сейчас. Я тут
Okay.
еще рядом же, да?
I'm nearby.
Смотри, далеко-то не уходи, тебе надо укладку.
Yes, don't go far away. You need to take the bundle.
Нет, ты давай укладку возьми, я тоже на поручень пойду.
So please take the bundle, then I'll reattach to the handrail and we'll move on.
Поручень спал, улетел.
Okay, let me swap tethers.
Мне кажется, я здесь рядом с тобой. Нет, да?
Feels like I'm nearby.
Так. Готов взять укладку.
I'm ready to take the bundle.
Так, чуть-чуть. Взял.
I'm holding it. I let it go. Copy.
Так.
Well.
Так, ты уже меня упираешься.
Okay, you're pressing into me. Let me turn around.
Так, я подошел, готов взять укладку.
Okay, I'm here and ready to take the bundle.
Давай с твоей стороны.
Let's
подать.
do it on your side. Can you give it to me?
Не вижу просто тебя. Давай.
Not
Сверху там за ручку никак.
Can you take it from above on the
Сверху
handle?
нельзя брать за лямку.
Artem, I can't
Не повредим. Ничего.
take it on the handle from the top.
Поэтому аккуратно можно.
You can do it but carefully.
Можно.
Ты аккуратненько
Do it,
тут.
but be careful.
Взял.
Okay,
Взял.
I'm holding it.
Принято.
I've let it
Ваня,
go.
ты уходи пошире. За 12-ю плату, может быть, даже пройти, чтобы у вас размах был побольше.
Ivan, and you can get
Раз
wider
использовать будет длину фала
behind the
противовочную.
bundle 12 and work with tethers. Okay.
Мы, наверное, снизу пойдем, вот здесь, вот под этой...
Okay, we will go below. Yes, and you will go from below and you'll be looking at it well. And we have some kind of hardware there. Should we go above it? We'll attach the handrails and go below. Can we secure the bundle above and go below? Well, we'll try to pass here. Above this piece of hardware.
Иван, вот насколько я вижу тебя только краем глаза.
Иван, I can see you.
Сейчас атака ПП.
And in front of you, there's a piece of hardware. And on your left side, there is panel 12. Are you near the BTN right now? Because I don't see on the camera. Yes, I'm at BTN. Yes, you need to pass it from above. From above, that's right, because I can't go from below. There is hardware interfering. I'm almost there. Please continue moving in this direction. Stand by. Your tether gets tangled on the cable. Which one? You have your tether under the cable and you are pulling on it. Copy. Okay, now you're free.
Получаем видео с нашлемных камер.
And we are getting video from the helmet cameras. Okay.
Вопрос, зачем этот БТН сюда?
Why do we have this BTN here? Just in case.
Вань, когда ты перейдешь, можешь, пожалуйста, посмотреть еще раз на шлемную камеру?
Иван,
Мы картинку с Алексеем.
Can you look at your helmet camera once you finish translating?
Хорошо, посмотрим.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Так, ты предлагаешь за 12-ю перейти сразу, да?
So you're suggesting to go behind panel 12. That's right.
Я достану там, нет?
Will I be able to reach?
Сейчас получается.
Are you getting the video now?
Сейчас пока твою нет еще.
I'm not getting your video yet, but there is a delay.
Светодиод горит.
My LED is illuminated. I can see it. Copy.
Через 3 3 минуты будет тень.
We have sunset in 3 minutes.
Да, терминатор видно.
Yes, I can see the Terminator line.
Потяни за фал, чтобы укладка, да.
Pull on the tether.
Я здесь, наверное, сейчас подзависну.
I think I'll hang around here to take the bundle from you.
Да, вот если вот сюда чуть-чуть.
Yes,
Понятно.
give it to me here.
Во. Давай.
Okay, a little bit more.
Еще чуть-чуть.
A little bit more.
Взял.
Okay, I'm holding. I'm letting go.
Там что-то кабели где-то зацепили.
I think you're stuck to some cables. It's just some tension.
Их перефиксировать.
Let me swap tethers.
This is Mission Control Houston, 48 minutes into today's spacewalk by Roscosmos cosmonauts Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner. This is a view from the helmet camera on Alexei Ovchinin. We'll be getting views from Ivan Wagner's helmet camera shortly. The spacewalk today, the 272nd in support of space station assembly maintenance and upgrades, began at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time, with the opening of the hatch to the Poisk airlock on the space-facing side of the International Space Station. Ovchinin, who is EV-1, extravehicular crew member number 1, wearing the suit bearing the red stripes, and Wagner, who is EV-2, wearing the suit with the blue stripes. They moved out of the Poisk airlock, installed a protective ring around the circumference of the hatch to the Poisk airlock, activated cooling systems, received all of their equipment as they moved outside of the airlock, and now are beginning to move toward the Zvezda service module for the first task of today's spacewalk, which is the installation of an experiment package called a monoblock that contains a new payload named the All-Sky Monitor. This payload will detect, record, and downlink X-ray celestial sources. The International Space Station is flying 260 statute miles over the southern Indian Ocean, about to move from southwest to northeast on a track that will carry it across the west coast of Australia.
Ваня, светофильтр открыл?
Did you open sun visor, Ivan? My hands are busy.
Смотри, там вот МВН-1 фал. Если где-то ты найдешь,
So,
красным, который...
if you can see the MVN tether number 1, I would like it in front. If you could pull it in front.
Так. своим, получается, то сейчас обмотал вокруг своего.
But it's under yours now. You wrapped it around your tether.
Так, вот карабин. Да, только
Okay, here's the hook,
вокруг своего длинного фала.
but it's wrapped around your long tether. Yes, I see.
Вот. Так, есть.
Okay, here it is.
А он с той стороны ВТН зацеплен.
It's on the other side of the hand base point.
У нас через минутку может перерыв связи на минуту быть.
There may be an LOS in about a minute.
Хорошо, принято.
Copy.
Также мы сейчас не наблюдаем видеосвязь.
We're not receiving any video right now.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are in between a handover from one tracking and data relay satellite to another. We'll be regaining our downlink television from the International Space Station momentarily. We are approaching the 1 hour mark into a planned 6 hour, 45-minute spacewalk by Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner. They are in the process of arriving at the work site on the Zvezda service module for the first task of today's activities, that being the installation of an X-ray experiment package on Zvezda that will be followed by the removal and replacement of a pair of connector patch panels from one workstation on the service module to another. There are two sets of these connector patch panels, a total of 4 in all, that will be disconnected and replaced with new connector patch panels. The Zvezda service module was launched in July of 2000 on a Proton rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. almost completing a quarter century of operation as the
Alexei, Ivan?
hub of the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
We have come AOS, and we are continuing with our translation. Copy. Where are you at, guys? We're not seeing the video. Well, we're passing platform 12, or plate 12. Copy. Okay, and you got the tether? Yes. Okay, let's move further.
Когда у тебя будут свободные руки, можешь попробовать
When
переключить свою наземную камеру?
you have a second and your hands are free, could you please try and toggle the switch on your helmet camera one more time? Well, are you talking to Ivan or Alexei? Ivan.
Хорошо.
Will do.
Сейчас нажал кнопку.
I pressed the button. Are you receiving the video?
Ну, там небольшие задержки.
We copy. There is a small delay.
Светодиод горит зеленый.
The green LED is illuminated. Copy. I think I'm pushing against something. Did you get to the large diameter?
Нет еще.
Not yet.
Нет, ну,
Copy.
введен, так что переход на...
Well, just wanted to let you know that the thruster inhibits are in place and you have a go to translate to the large diameter. Copy. I'm right getting close.
Там сразу можешь оставить
And you can leave
фиксирующие платы.
the bundle with the attachment plates there.
Перейду туда.
Let me just get there.
Да что ж такое ждет?
Holy moly.
Не торопись, а то успеешь.
Slow is steady. Steady is smooth. Smooth is fast. Don't rush it.
Тяжело ходить, особенно в этом месте.
I know it's a challenging area to move through, considering all the cables.
Торопиться и спокойно
So please
обстановку и
take your time,
как прокладывать по этой...
take breaks, route everything correctly.
Да, тут добра, богат.
Right. There is a plethora of everything here.
Там дальше на кольцевых поручнях стоит АФАР и КТС.
And then there is unintelligible.
Его можно использовать для страховки своих фалов.
You can secure your tethers to it.
Какие поручни имеют?
Do you mean my soft tether?
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour into today's spacewalk by Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner. They are at the work site on the Zvezda service module,
All right, I'm on the cone.
where they will begin to set up their tools and tethers for the installation of the monoblock, as it is called, basically a payload container, in which is an X-ray experiment called the All-Sky Monitor that is designed to collect data on X-ray sources from not only the Earth but deep space.
Just a little bit lower.
Получаем картинку.
Ivan, we are receiving the video from your camera.
Хорошо.
That's good.
Здесь налаживается.
It seems like it's working out here.
Так, сейчас от МВН отцеплю.
Let me disconnect it from the MVM. Okay, I have disconnected it from the MVN monoblock. Right. Okay. I have it secured across from V14. Copy. Alexei? Do you have enough reach? Okay, got it. I can move closer a little bit. Okay, but you are pretty taut there. All right, this one is going to the MVN monoblock.
And there you see dueling helmet cameras. On the left, Alexei Ovchinin. On the right, Ivan Wagner, as they are setting up shop on the Zvezda service module for the installation of the X-ray experiment package.
It's like a tripod. Move towards your seat so that you could rotate. Okay, I see it. I have it secured to the handrail. Right. It's kind of more convenient here. And move along the handrails. Just please remember that the handrails are pretty long. So use them in parallel. Well, I hope. Well, I mean, it would be great if they were parallel everywhere. Okay. Can I move further? Yes.
1 hour, 6 minutes into today's spacewalk, Ovchinin and Wagner are at the work site at the Zvezda service module. The lights from their helmet cameras illuminating their work as they fly just to the north of New Guinea from southwest to northeast across the Pacific Ocean.
Pull the tether and press. A little bit, go a little bit back to the stanchion. Hold on, give me a second. All right. Okay, I have translated and I got it. Alexei, we're going to be rotating the solar bat array. It needs to be perpendicular. And we'll stand by till it's completely rotated. Copy? Copy? Just as an FYI, the pressure in the primary O2 tank is 352, and in the suit, 038. That's for EV1. For EV2, 348 and 038. Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour, 14 minutes into today's spacewalk. You're seeing views from the two cosmonauts' helmet cameras, Alexei Ovchinin on the left, Ivan Wagner on the right. This is the 272nd spacewalk in support of ISS assembly maintenance and upgrades, the third conducted out of the ISS this year, the second for Ovchinin and the first for Wagner.
No, Artyom. Where is the soft tether here?
You're hearing interpreted communications between Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow and the two cosmonauts as they work outside in the void of space. They are setting up equipment along one area on the exterior of the Zvezda service module for the mounting of an experiment package called an all-sky monitor, which is an X-ray detection experiment. That will be followed by the replacement of 4 panels, 2 sets of 2 panels apiece on either side of the planes, as they're called, of the service module. These are electrical connector patch panels, old ones to be replaced by new ones. Those are the first 2 tasks of today's spacewalk that is expected to last about 6 hours and 45 minutes. The spacewalk began with the opening of the hatch to the Poisk module, the airlock on Poisk, at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time.
Иван.
Скажи, пожалуйста, вот такое положение солнечной батареи позволит...
The positioning of this solar array, well, is it okay for you to work with the plate? I don't see it.
Сейчас.
Copy.
А у тебя немного сзади, справа.
And it's a little bit behind you to the right.
Но на самом деле...
Well...
Лучше бы не надо, иначе я ногами не силюсь.
It would probably be better not to have it there.
Ну, если есть возможность, да.
If it's possible.
Сейчас визуально.
Visually now.
То батареи где-то, 70 сантиметров.
It's about 70 centimeters to the battery from my feet.
О, пошло движение.
All right, let us check.
Выхода из тени меньше 5 минут уже.
It's less than 5 minutes till sunrise. Copy.
Так что, надо, наверное, тогда взять. Да, наверное, бери.
All right, should I take it? You can.
Так, тяну к себе.
All right, I'm pulling towards me. Got it. I have it. You have it? I have it.
Отдал.
I have it handed over to you. Artyom, this attachment plate, is that also part of the whole assembly? So, and here is the soft, here is the gap spanner. It's the YKTS that I mentioned.
The sunrise is near. What does the future hold for me?